And good morning, Dojo Nation. How we doing today? Welcome to Coffee with the Karate Guy. Looks like things are getting better. I know here in Wisconsin, they're doing what they call turn the dial. They're allowing some retail places to allow in 5 customers. Can't thank them enough. Of course, our local Home Depot can have in 500 people, and our local Walmart can, but the poor guy down the street trying to cut hair can't have more than 5 people in this place. Yeah, that's at least it's a start. But things are getting better. Different states are opening back up. Martial arts schools are getting back in the swing of things. It's just a matter of time. We're on the good side of the hill now, I think, on getting back to business. Make no doubt about it. We went through and are still in some challenging times. It's going to be challenging going forward. It's going to take a while to get back to the good old days of February of this year. And when we talk about attitude, behind me we have, you probably can't see them all, but we have what we call our 5 pillars of success. One of those is attitude. I'm responsible for my actions and my attitude. And as business people, and then more importantly, as leaders, we're incredibly responsible for our attitude, because that's what people are going to, our students are going to follow our attitude about things. I was watching a special the other night on Elon Musk, the guy who started Tesla and SpaceX and a bunch of other stuff. The challenges he went through were so amazing. At one point, he owned a company, you've heard of it, I'm sure, called PayPal. He sold it for over $1 billion. His end of the money was $180 million. Now, I've blown some money in my day, but I haven't blown $180 million. He had spent all but $40 million between the different companies he was starting. Tesla was down to within 1 week of closing down operations, everything lost. He said to his board of directors, we're going to have to do another round of financing, raise more money. We're going to need to raise about $40 million to keep the company going. Otherwise, everything was gone. The board of directors said, well, nobody's going to invest in this company right now. We're within a week of shutting down. And he said, oh yeah, I know one guy that will, me. He had $40 million left, and he risked 100% of it. The last $40 million. God, I'd like to be able to say that. This is my last $40 million. But he did. He set an attitude of he was going to win regardless of what the effort was going to take. His confidence level was 1,000%. He believed in what he was doing. Of course, 6 months later, they were he put the money in. 6 months later, they were able to raise $250 million, and their company's moving forward. You might have saw him in the news this week. He decided to open his company up and stand on the front lines to protect his workers. Everybody's got 2 sides of the story on this opening up. We're going to find out. Time will tell who's right on which side. So everybody enjoys, not everybody, but I suppose the majority, especially martial arts people, enjoy a challenge, a hard challenge, and overcoming that challenge. I was a martial arts competitor for a lot of years. I did a lot of combat sports. I was a kickboxer. I did some semi-pro boxing, that sort of thing. And I remember all the competitions, but the ones I remember the most are when I got knocked on my ass. When you have to get up off the mat, and you don't have to get up off the mat. That's what makes fighting so interesting. When you get knocked down, it's perfectly legal to sit there for 10 seconds, and they'll stop it, and everybody gets to go home. You've got to make that decision. I just got drilled. Everybody's looking at me. I'm sitting on my butt. Little Tweety birds going around. Do I want to get up and give this guy who's been training a chance to bust me in the mouth again, or do I want to sit here? And the times that I got up off the mat, those were the good ones. Those were the good fights. We had some real Donniebrooks where you're slugging each other in the head and you're deciding who wants this the most. This is kind of the same situation we're in our martial arts community. Interestingly enough, in the last, 2 weeks, I've had 3 phone calls from people wanting to sell me their martial arts schools, different places around the country, around the state. they're throwing in the towel. They're not up for the challenge. I heard someone say the other day that, man, 30% of martial arts schools might close. Well, how about this? 30% of martial arts studios might close. I was talking to one of my black belts the other day, and I said, well, I can name 10 martial arts schools that I know of, and I can easily say that 3 of those probably shouldn't be in the business. They should be maybe running a YMCA program or some kind of martial arts club, but they shouldn't be a professional martial arts school. They're just not cut out for that part of it. So what happens when we have challenges, there's a bit of a shakeout. It happens in every industry, and it's going to happen in ours. It's happened before. It'll happen again. We'll go down, though we won't have as many martial arts schools as we had before. But the ones that stay there, the ones that are up for the challenge, are going to come up with new ways to run a better martial arts school. They're going to be more connected with their students. They're going to build their culture stronger. They're going to do better marketing. We get leaner. We get stronger as we prepare for battle. And that's what martial arts or all business people are supposed to do. Is it going to be easy? Hell no. Is it going to be worth it? Oh yeah. Trust me on this. I'm long in the tooth. I've seen this go up and go down and go up and go down over the years. And guess what? The good guys get better and better. Some other people, they go into other areas where they can be successful as. This isn't for them. And another quick thought while I'm here. I've got a friend in Mexico, Edgar. He is fantastic with computers and computer maintenance. If anybody needs any work, this is a little commercial for my little buddy down in Mexico. If you need any work done on your computer, I call him about every 3 times a year, and remotely, he goes onto my computer, cleans it all up, gets all the junk off of there, makes it run fantastic. I think he charges me like $40. It's really inexpensive. At the end of the video, I'm going to put his email on here if you want to get some maintenance done on your computer. That's my good deed for the day, is help Edgar out. He's down there on the island, and business is a little tough on the island down there. Now, on these coffee talks, usually at the end of the last couple of weeks, I've been putting the Cause Talks videos on the end. I'm going to send those out on Fridays, give people a chance to study them over the weekend. It seems like if you get them too early in the week gets away from you. So on Friday, watch your email and you'll get your Cause Talk video. This week, our video is going to be from Mr. Jeff Quirk. Jeff Quirk runs a 7-figure school in a town of 35,000 in Wisconsin. He not only runs a 7-figure school, he has the most amazing staff I've seen, period. And I know most of them around the country. His group and what he's done with them, his staff training protocols and communication systems are next to none. He's done a lot of training with this guy, Rudy Mick, who's a very good, what do you want to call him, mentor of training and communication systems. So you're going to want to listen to what he has said. That'll be out Friday. All right, gang, chin down, hands up. Let's keep on being ready for the challenge. I'm excited to see who comes out of this thing on top and better than we were before we went into it. Randy Reed, over and out.